Welcome back once again to Kevin Pollak's Chat Show. I am, as always, Chat Show. How the fuck are you? Hey, if you're joining us live, you're on drugs. We're doing a pre-tape this week, and I'm unbelievably excited about it because our guest is rarely in Los Angeles for more than 36 hours, as far as I've been able to track. Stop by the Tonight Show and be fucking hilarious, and then get the fuck back to New York. However, he's on a little press tour with a big special, yet another big special on the Epix, which we'll talk about momentarily. So we're pre-taping. It's a Tuesday. I'm not gonna lie to you. It's August. It's all about August 13th right now. You're getting this on the 20th, a week from today, because today Danny Strong dropped. It's all very confusing. It's like going forward and backward, and I'm quite frankly boring myself. Actually, I think I just did an impression of our guest. One of my favorite things that he does is bust himself mid-sentence on being boring. It's one of my favorite fucking things that he does on O&A.
It sounded like a little bit of a Willy Wonka rambling as well. Like, you have to go forward to go back, so you better press on.
Yes.
Sort of.
That's right. Who wrote that script, since you love that movie so much? You know who wrote the book.
No, yeah, Roald Dahl wrote the book. I don't know who wrote the script, and now I'm going to hate myself because I have to know.
If only a computer were in front of you and you could look it up.
I thought you were going to tell me.
Could you be Sam for me for 9 seconds? And by that I mean O&A Sam.
Oh, O&A Sam?
Yeah.
Isn't
he the one constantly looking shit up on the air?
I thought that was E-Rock.
Well, yeah, E-Rock. Slavo! Okay, so now it's just going to be a nonstop tribute to the show.
I thought you meant Sam Levine.
I know, because our own Sam usually sits there next to you. Sammy was supposed to be here and got a director's callback, as you like to call it in show business. It's fairly meaningless until you get the gig. But it's a step right before getting the gig or the horrible news that you did not.
Roald Dahl wrote the screenplay as well.
Son of a bitch. See, that's the guy who wrote the book.
Right.
I love every square inch of that, and your prisoner's outfit from the 40s.
Hey.
Watch us live on the YouTube every Sunday afternoon. Let's see, you're getting us in the future on the 20th, so you can join us at the end of the month. Well, check the schedule. I'm confused. But write us a damn review on the YouTube and subscribe on the iTunes and do all that shit for us. If you give a fuck. You keep writing to us that you give a fuck. So then I would suggest you actually do something to further all of our lives. Send us your Larry King game, if you please. The next Talkin' Walkin', the other ridiculous podcast that I do where I ramble as Christopher Walken for an hour, because that's necessary, is tomorrow. I got the future past thing right, because this is the 20th now. It's tomorrow, the 21st, at the West Side Comedy Theater with the hilarious Michael Bunin. So check that out if you're in the Smell-A area. Otherwise, tell us if you're enjoying the show on Airwolf, the #1 comedy podcast network, or so I insist, since they're the ones that are licensing the show. And I think that's all the business I have for you. Check the calendars. I'm going to be in New York. Wait, it happened. Fuck.
Nope.
I was just in New York. I wanted to thank everyone at Gotham and Mark Cuban's wonderful company of the Access TV, whatever the fuck cable network that is. And I had a great time. It was amazing. Yep. That's it. Okay, so now we can just get to it. I'm really thrilled that he was in town long enough for us to drag him in here, and his people who reached out via the contact at kevinpollakschatshow.com. That's how you reach us, and let us know that a Jim Norton's coming to town. Welcome, Jim Norton.
Yeah, I have great team behind me. They have no connection. They just Twitter people. Hey, Jim's around. You have any openings?
By the way, this is show 180. I guarantee you we've booked at least 30 guests through Twitter.
Really?
Someone will yell at someone famous on Twitter and say, hey, at so-and-so, why don't you do at Kevin Pollak's Talk Show? And then if I see it, I'll retweet it and add, yeah, fucker. And then 80% of the time they respond.
That's great. Yeah, sometimes a good public shaming is helpful.
Right.
Like we usually do it after a guest says no. Like when they do our show, they have a great time, and they come back and they don't do our show. And then Opie and the fans will go after them on Twitter, and then they usually apologize and try to come back, and then we're dicks, and we're like, no, fuck you, you don't want to come back.
Yeah.
Just, you just want to say no to them.
But it works.
It does work. But a lot of people, I think the show has a really bad reputation. It's like, it's a fun show. We're not going to be dicks to people who don't deserve it.
Right.
You know, we try to treat people well and talk about the projects they want to talk about.
Yeah.
And I think the reputation is kind of undeserved.
It is undeserved because I'm maybe 3-4 years into becoming an avid fan, even though the show's been around for
a while.
Yeah. But I've noticed a trend that the only people you're pricks to are people you actually like.
Yeah.
It's rare that you're pricks to anyone that you secretly don't care for. I also love how Opie, when a guest is about to come in, will rag on someone, and then they'll win his heart over live during the show, and he will do a 180 and say, "You're fantastic. I thought you were going to be horrible."
Yeah.
Like Courtney Love was one of the more recent ones that I remember, where before, because she said something on Stern, and then he was like, "What is this fucking shit?" And then she came in and completely won him over.
Yeah, it's really weird. It's like he'll say it on the air, and it'll be like, why did we say yes? It's like, dude, I could see him through the glass.
I know.
Can you wait until they leave? But he just has really a very no filter, and if he thinks it, he just kind of says it.
Which is great.
It is great, yeah. It's like I wish that he wouldn't do it right before they come in, because I'm always afraid the publicist is going to hear it and cancel him. But Courtney Love was a good one. I was happy that she was cool, because he was like, "It's going to suck," and I'm like, I knew that he could be right, but I'm like, I also know that it's so obvious that it's going to be shitty that it's got to be good.
Right.
Like, just the odds dictate that it couldn't be as bad as we all know it's about to be. So it turned out to be okay.
Yeah.
She was really, because she didn't mean it. She had said, like, "Who are Opie and Anthony?"
Well, no, of course.
But she wasn't trying to be twatty. She was just being Courtney Love, and she was very sexy, too.
Yeah.
At one point, she kind of turned and opened her legs.
Did she?
And I was like, fuck, man, yeah. I looked right between her nice creamy thighs.
A midget didn't pop his head out?
No, that would have been nice, though. It would have been nice. Just a little Peter Dinklage arm. Fucking maybe waves a crown at me and pulls it back in.
Speaking of which, we have a mutual obsession with the extraordinary actress that her character is not named Khaleesi, but we all call her Khaleesi.
What's her name? She dated Seth MacFarlane. She's not dating him anymore. Begins with an E. I don't remember her name.
Yeah, I should know it because I'm actually going to try to go after her for this.
Oh, you don't know it either?
This
All right,
film
good.
that I'm directing. Can you look up Game of Thrones? And she's so fucking brilliant.
Yeah, she
does
is.
have an unusual name, which is why I keep forgetting.
It begins with an E, and that's all I know. But she is a delightful woman.
Yeah.
Delightful.
Sure.
It's a good show. I still don't know what's happening. I literally watch a Game of Thrones, and I'm 20 minutes into it, and I'm like, I've fucking seen this one already. I have no memory of seeing this. I don't know which one is this. What is Robb Stark doing? Why does this guy hate this guy? I like the boy king, Joffrey, because he's just such a twat. I like the queen mother. Is very sexy.
Yeah.
I don't watch the show. What's her name?
Khaleesi. She's the dragon mother.
Yeah.
Or whatever. She's lugging dragons all over. And
Platinum blonde.
Yeah.
In the photograph, maybe.
I can't believe I don't remember her name.
I know, it's embarrassing.
We've interviewed one of those guys. We had the guy that plays Lannister, the one who had his hand cut off.
Oh, love him.
Yeah, he's great. He was promoting Mama, that movie with the little, whatever, the monster.
He was in Oblivion. He's starting to do more American movies.
Yeah, I forget. He got that.
He's got a strange fucking name, too.
A very long name. It's hyphenated. He's foreign. And he got that show on he put himself on tape and sent it in. Like, they asked for him to audition.
For Game of Thrones.
And that was how he got Game of Thrones.
Oh, I love that.
And I've tried to put myself on tape with the iPad app with the fucking script reader, and I just stink.
Well, you keep doing the Chippa Vine videos, and that's not way to get a job.
It really isn't. Yeah, nobody wants to hire Chip. You know what I mean? Hey, freeze, cocksucker! Fucking shoot you. Yeah.
I have a list. Of characters of yours that I absolutely adore. But let me go to the top story, the top news. You guys like to do the topical stuff on the O&A. So first off, catch us up to speed on attacks on our dear friend Opie. I sent him a text saying, "Fuck the internet." And I've been reading the Twitter feeds, and apparently it's all seemingly calmed over. But are you fucking kidding me?
Yeah, it's a really weird thing.
It's almost predictable at this point.
Very predictable. And the cake thing was all Opie. We had nothing to do with it. No, it was what happened with that. Like, I get why people are mad.
Sure,
because
of
you
course.
watch a minute and something thing,
Right, out of context,
and you see this poor homeless guy, and he offers cake. Treat yourself, and then this rotten motherfucker leaps on it. Oh, of course that seems terrible.
Right.
The story behind that was Andrew. We did the walkover from K-Rock to XM every day, so we would see on this 5-minute walkover. We were broadcasting. We were never alone. There were fans around us, and Andrew was a homeless guy that we had seen 50 times, day in, day out. He had been on our show.
You had him on.
Many times.
Yeah.
We would give him food. We would give him money. We loved this guy.
Right.
He was one of our favorite new guys that we talked to.
Proving my point again, it's only the people you like that you ultimately treat
that
like
are
pricks.
dickheads,
And
too.
I think it's an example of that.
Yeah.
That's a sign of affection, oddly, what Opie did.
It wasn't, because the thing was, and And I'm not trying to gloss it over like just so the internet comes. I don't give a fuck if the internet's mad or not.
Nobody does.
Let them be mad.
Yeah.
But I'm being very honest about the relationship we had with this guy, which was very friendly, and he liked us, and we liked him.
Right.
We enjoyed having him on. And then one day we're walking by, and I guess he got this cake out of the garbage from Starbucks or whatever. And it was nice of him to offer it to us, but he was offering it to us because we had given him food many times and stuff. So he's like, hey, I have something. And it was very sweet. But then, and Opie, just being Opie, it's like, when in life do you see a cake on the ground? It never happens. Like, and he just saw it, and I know the thought process. There's a fucking cake on the ground.
Yeah.
I must jump on it.
Yeah.
And it was a dick move, but it was a dick move that you do to somebody you like. And I understand people will go, he's home. Of course he's homeless. But the intent was not, hey, bum, here's some money for your trouble. That wasn't the tone of the relationship we had with that guy.
Right.
We had a very nice relationship. And I think Andrew was annoyed that Opie did it because he wanted his fucking cake, you know, and he admitted that he was a little tipsy, so he didn't enjoy that. But
who gives a shit?
Exactly, who gives a shit? It's like, it wasn't done to be like, fuck this homeless guy, we're degrading him.
Well, it's just
that wasn't
so,
the intent.
Of course not. It's so obnoxious that people would take this high ground in their mind and not do any research, because that's not available instantly. Right. To find out more about what's behind the story. And the piece of shit that even leaked it without any context at all, or brought it back up. I
think Opie retweeted it. I think someone asked Opie to tweet it, and that was 6 or 7 years ago, and he's like, yeah, and he just tweeted it.
Right, right.
And that was done, you know, the funny thing is, like, I get why people see that, though, and immediately it's inflammatory. But what's annoying is when you explain it, how people, it's almost like conspiracy theorists, they still refuse to accept the explanation. Right. Because to accept the explanation, then you have to be a little less angry about it. Like, oh, okay, that was kind of a dick thing, but you did know the guy, and giving him money after wasn't a dismissive, hey, I'm rich and I can mistreat you and then pay you off. It was something like, you know, buy yourself something for real. This is shit. It's a fucking dumb cake. And when people don't, you know, where's all the internet raving about fucking Opie, that guy Daniel Mustard, who was a homeless guy who had come in and played creep, and it's gotten 12 million hits. And Opie behind the scenes is the one who was trying to get this guy a fucking recording contract and trying to hook this guy up with the right people who aren't going to steal from him. Like, he did a lot of shit for a lot of people that I know that there's no way people could know that. So again, I don't expect people to think that it's funny if they don't like it, but just don't have a disproportionately a stupid reaction to something, because there's a context that you don't get to that relationship. That's all.
Yeah. Secondly,
but with that said, I had nothing to do with it. And Anthony, we didn't like that. That was all.
Secondly, after years of being and making fun of being a lumpy man, you're in phenomenal shape now. So I got to ask, was it just going to the gym and eating better?
Yeah, it was, you know, going to the gym and eating better. It really was. I had a moment of clarity, and I just said, fuck this, I can't do it anymore. And I'm still obsessed with my gut. Like, I ate, today I went out with my manager, and I had toast with my food and a little bit, and I'm like, and I'll literally just pinch my stomach and go, you're still a piece of shit. Like, this is the smallest shirt I can get. Like, this is a 1 at James Purse. Like, I can fit into it, and it looks acceptable.
Why you got to name drop the James Purse?
Because I figured if I said it's the smallest shirt I could get, people would go like, you fucking asshole, there's a lot smaller. So I'm just like, in this brand, they can't correct me. And
it's so fucking true.
And to show you what a hunk of garbage I am, I was calling him James Pierce until Colin joyfully corrected me in front of everybody.
He didn't enjoy that at all.
Oh, he was so happy to fucking nail me on it.
I was on the James Pierce myself the first several times I went into the store.
Yeah, it's great, right? So I just started working out. That's all. I just eat better, go to the gym, and I have 2 trainers, and they're both really, really hot. Neither of them want anything to do with me physically, which is understandable, but they take very good care of me. And
you're
they mix
a petri dish to them.
Yes, and to me, and to everyone who knows me. I'm a handshake and then a quickly Purell after guy. I understand.
But more to the point of eating better.
Eating better.
That moment, they can't replay it enough on the show.
Yeah, I know.
Which is so much fun for everyone, yourself included. I couldn't tell if he picked up on it at all, he being Ozzy.
No.
Okay.
He did not.
So that's beautiful.
I don't think he did until I did it on the Tonight Show. I talked about it,
right?
And we know Sharon and Ozzy, so we told Michael in their office, Jim's doing the Tonight Show tonight, and he's talking about when he saw Ozzy last. So they may have seen it. I don't know.
Yeah, and well, Ozzy probably said that he didn't care and he didn't even notice. And
why did you fucking notice?
Well, I felt great about it because one of my nicknames is Zelig. I can't help when I'm around anyone with any kind of accent to eventually start talking like them in the room.
I don't know what it is. What do you think it is?
I don't either. Well, it's a problem.
Yeah.
First of all, I mean, what you were talking about a little bit was a sense of comfort being around him. You know, you finally, from being an Uber fan to friend, you finally felt a sense of comfort. And I don't know, there's something about being in the same sort of comfort zone with someone like that. It almost makes them more relatable somehow. I don't know.
It's really weird, man. I'm having dinner with them Thursday, which I've never done before.
Oh.
So by the time this airs, if this is airing in memoriam, and we miss Jim Norton, and there's like soft piano music, you'll know I fucking showed up in an Ozzy shirt and then embarrassed myself and committed suicide. But I think it will be fun because I've interviewed him many times, and I did the Sabbath launch. I was really happy they asked me to do that, and I was with Ozzy and Geezer in front of about 500 fans. And Tony, because he was having cancer treatments, was in Birmingham, and Brad Welk was here in LA while we were. So it was those two on monitors, and Ozzy and Geezer in front of big, and it was really worked out well, and it was almost so terrifying.
Sure.
It was so my lifelong dream to do something of this nature and magnitude for them.
With a hero.
That I didn't fuck it up.
Yeah.
It was almost like when you pass the last song on a CD, it starts at the beginning. That's how it was with Being Afraid. I was so beyond where you can be afraid that I just became comfortable.
Yeah.
And you know what I mean? If it was any lesser band,
that's right.
If it was the Spin Doctors, I would have fucking fallen all over myself because I don't have a big investment in them.
Great reference.
Yeah.
For that example.
Yeah, or the Stones even, who are a more famous band, but I love less. I would have flubbed and fucked up completely.
Yeah.
But because it's Sabbath, I was so scared that I was okay.
Yeah, it's pretty terrific, actually. Meeting other heroes on the show. Now, let me ask you, sometimes I notice it seems like you sort of take the ball in an interview fashion, which I think you do spectacularly.
Oh, thank you.
No, really. But I'm wondering, do you guys kind of divvy that up ahead of time? I got this one, no, you got this one, or does it just happen organically?
No, it happens organically, and I think sometimes I'll apologize to the guys after because
you kind of take over.
I don't mean to, and it's never because it's simply when the guy is sitting next to me and he's in my eye line, I can't see Opie or Anthony. So a lot of times,
know if they're waiting to cut in.
Yeah, and I'll try. A lot of times I'll look or I'll realize like, oh shit, Opie wanted to say something. I jump and I'll be, oh sorry man, and he's like, no, go. It's never intentional, and I feel very self-conscious.
It seems like they're so accepting of it that's why I thought it might be divvied up ahead of time, because they're totally fine with it, clearly, and also it's just so honest. You know, you're an absolute open wound in your act, on the show, in every media that you're involved in, your book, whatever. Your stand-up special, I'm sure, American Degenerate, is going to get somewhere near being an open wound.
Yeah, it is. It's more. This one is not as sexual. It's more about what was happening around. I mean, I do talk about myself in massages because I talk about Travolta, and I kind of empathize with his situation. So I do. Whenever I do that about a celebrity who's in trouble or who's been embarrassed, I always relate it to how I've been embarrassed, because I think that's fair. Like, you know what I mean? I make fun of John Travolta, but I also, again, who am I not throwing myself under the bus? And I feel very, very bad for a guy or any person in the public eye who I think has to behave a certain way because of perception. It's like you want to hug them, like, God, that's got to suck.
Yeah.
It's much, as you have this amazing life and you're famous, you would probably love to just walk out into the room and go, look, this is who I am, regardless of what it is. And hopefully the public would accept it.
Yeah.
You know, but I feel for guys who can't do that. And I'm lucky that I can.
Right.
But it also makes me hate the American public because not for Travolta, but for guys like I love the NSA, and I love the fact that they're fucking. I love them going through emails. Good, because and again, I've said this before, but where was all the privacy obsession when Pat O'Brien's private phone calls were leaked?
Right.
Where was it when Tiger Woods' text messages were being read? And where was it when Mel Gibson or Alec Baldwin? No one gave a fuck about privacy. We gobbled it up. And I don't mind our nosiness, but it's like we judge them. We judge them on it. Completely. And that's what bothers me. So now you people have to deal with your privacy being invaded. And yes, I understand the difference between the NSA and TMZ. I get it. It's just nice to see people squirming. It's the government, it's different. I know.
I know. Well, was that almost Twitter voice?
Yeah. And I cut it off because I don't want to steal Opie's Twitter voice. But it's the single most perfect auditory capture of a troll. Anthony and I cannot imitate it, but it's a perfect. Did you see the Twitter picture of the woman that is the Twitter voice? It's an old picture of a woman making a horrible face, and like that's got to be the Twitter face. But his, you say I told you. Like, it's fucking. That's exactly what it is, and I can't get it. But his face when he does it is just awful.
You did him justice, and I've not seen him do it, but I can picture it in my head when he's doing it.
It's one of my favorite things anybody's ever done on the show, and I hate even saying that out loud because I like to secretly, when somebody does something I love so much, I never tell them because I don't want to spoil it or taint it. Like I just want to drink it in.
Well, I get that when I'm a guest on the show.
Yeah.
Speaking of which, apparently you were just on the Jay Moore show, and he was somehow I came up. Was that possible?
It's very possible. With I don't remember what it was though.
Oh, I'll get your manager back.
Oh, okay.
He was kind enough to insist.
Okay, yeah. Because Jay has said. Was it? Yeah, we might have told you this.
Well, I was there on the show with him when he said, Pollock does the best.
Yes, okay.
And then I think Opie was pissed because I didn't do it. And the only reason I didn't do it is because, like, I think actually that Jay is you look at his Colin and his Harvey Keitel and
Chris Penn.
Oh, fuck, Chris Penn. He does, I love obscure ones, for sure. That's great. And even the pedestrian ones, which Christopher Walken is now, I try to make it obscure by having him in a normal conversation as opposed to cadence that everyone can fucking do. So I really appreciate. In fact, we just started playing this game that Alan Arkin and his son taught me, which is one-word impressions. And you do the impression, and you can only use one word, and it cannot be a word that the person is famous for saying. So the lame example would be lingerie.
That's I know that I absolutely know it. Bob Clinton, of course.
Yeah,
of course.
But it's a word he's not famous for saying, and yet. So when it comes to the sort of finding the obscure, what was the one? There was one really weather vine. Just a ridiculous way to do Jimmy Stewart. Why would you? So that's the thing about Jay Moore for me is his obscure pulls from voices and stuff like that. So I couldn't be a huge fan, bigger fan. So sitting next to him and him saying, you're the best, it just became instantly awkward and embarrassing for me to then show off how good I am. Right. It felt wrong.
I'll do my one-word impression.
Please.
Okay.
Here we go.
Table. That was Virgil Salazzo. You think too much of me, kid. Fucking mouth coming open.
It was just on last night. We were watching it at the poker table, actually.
Oh, do you not love him? The greatest. Fuck, how great was McCluskey?
Oh, ridiculous.
Fucking,
Yeah, in fact, someone showed me a gaffe last night. In that scene, Michael Corleone stands there and shoots that son of a bitch, the brilliant actor.
Sterling Hayden, yeah.
Sterling Hayden, forget about it. But the shot, the first side angle, when he's shooting him in the neck and he holds it, there's actually a gun wound, or a bullet wound already in his forehead, which you then on the next angle see him shoot him.
Wow.
Yes. I'd never noticed it and seen the movie 1,000 times. Crazy.
And now it's all I'm going to say.
I know. I love things like that. Meeting other heroes on O&A for you, when people come in, your fanship, like everything else about you now, you wear on your sleeve and you're open and honest about it, which is, I think, the best thing a comedian can possibly do on stage for himself, for his audience, for his art form, and all of that. And once you find that freedom of honesty in your voice as a comedian, there's no stopping you. The whole world is your material now.
Right. You can talk about anything.
Yeah.
The only thing stopping me is the entire business, the entire show business.
You can't get away with that bit anymore, I'm afraid.
Well, I do
with the number of appearances on the Tonight Show now, which is they love you, but they love you for a reason. You deliver every fucking time. You know what I mean? They're not throwing you a bone here at this point. You're a go-to, which is a big fucking deal. Yeah,
they treat me really well. Like I'm very loyal to Jay and those because they've treated me well.
Yeah.
And they've let me do stuff I didn't think I could do.
Yeah.
You know, it's so much of an edgier show than people think. Like there's been bestiality. There was some joke I did where the punchline was about a dog's paw marks on a girl's hips. It was a dog fuck joke, and like they let me get away. They're like, oh, that's great, that's great. You know, and Debbie Vickers is his exec producer, and she's fucking. I can't believe the dirt that she lets me get away. Like it's really amazing. She's like, nah, that's good. You'll feel it.
Yeah.
Like I'm like, which do you think? You know, and one is an option where I'm saying like, you know, flower, and the other one is pussy fart. And she's like, whatever you feel. And people have this impression that the Tonight Show is so rigid and uptight, and it's like you guys.
Well, it was forever,
but maybe at one point, sure. But like when I started doing it, they've been very, very good to me with allowing me to just do whatever I can get away with within reason, much more than I would have thought.
Right.
So yeah, and as far as being honest is concerned, I mean, I have no, because it's what always made me funny, and I can't not correct myself because like when I stop myself in mid-sentence, I'm legitimately disgusted with something I've said.
Right.
And it's like I have, because I know you're all thinking, shut up, fat tits. So I'll say it before you can, so you can't beat me with it.
Well, that's my question was, did you find that in life off stage first and actually have the epiphany, oh, I should bring this on stage. This is what makes me funny. Or did you stumble over it on stage? Not necessarily looking for it.
I think it was always my personality, but I think in comedy at first I tried the likability route because I thought that's what you should do. You know, hi folks, you know, just a fucking
leave
weasel.
your troubles at the door.
Yeah, exactly. Oh, it's just fucking murderable. And but then like guys like Bob Levy and guys like Florentine and Otto of Otto and Joy, like they're the guys I admired, and they would laugh at my harsh stuff. They laughed when I would deconstruct myself or talk about how much I sucked. That's what made them laugh, and those are the guys I looked up to.
Right.
So I wanted to continue to make them laugh, and so I went with it. And that made me funnier, and eventually I learned how to do it with the audience. It took a while before I knew how to translate the self-hatred to something that was palatable for the crowd.
Yeah.
Because you have to make it okay for them too. But now it's my favorite thing to do because nobody can take it. It's mine.
By the way, it's an extraordinary tradition. There's footage. I was insanely honored to do a little tribute to Lenny Bruce. My only time performing at Carnegie Hall.
Wow.
It was a big tribute night, and Sting did a tribute to the Beatles. So Bette Miller did a tribute to Sophie Tucker. James Taylor hosted. It was a big thing.
Wow.
And they asked me to do Lenny Bruce, which I'd never thought of doing. So when I went to look for footage, there's only footage of Lenny at the beginning of his career being the squeaky clean Lenny on Steve Allen's show. So that helped me get that little head move and the mannerisms that he had. And then the early Richard Pryor doing like a Bill Cosby act on Ed Sullivan or The Tonight Show, really early. Carlin, same thing. Before all of those kind of performers found their honesty on stage, they too, even on TV. So there's a sense of, it's kind of great that you found it before you really got a shot at doing your own stand-up specials. Right.
Yeah, I didn't have to look back on that and go, wow. But it's funny, back then if you were good, you got on TV sooner too. Yeah. Like, you're 3 or 4 years in doing Sullivan. I mean, or Seinfeld. Stephen Wright did it tonight. After fucking 10 months of doing stand-up, he was just so perfect for it,
Yeah.
And Lenny Bruce, it's funny. I used to work Dangerfields a lot, and I got to hang out and know Joe Ancis. I don't know if you knew Joe, but he was the one. He was a great guy, and he loved me, and he would always say, you have great comedic timing. He said comedic.
Oh wow.
And it was such a weird word. But he was the guy that hung out. He lived with Rodney for 18 years. I think they were just friends. I mean, I don't know if there was something going on. But, you know, and he was very close with Lenny. And they said Lenny got a lot of his cadence from Joe Ancis. Like, he got that whole, you know, hey, daddy, or however it was he spoke from Joe. But they said Joe was hilarious and just never did stand-up. Like, he was a guy who hung out with all of them, but he just never went up and did stand-up comedy. And he died, but he was a really sweet guy.
Yeah.
He made me feel good about myself.
Which is not easy to do.
No, but when a guy like that, when certain people compliment you or like you, it's like, wow, man, like, okay, that means something that that person thinks highly of me.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? That's where we get our esteem from. If fucking the audience are strangers, if it's a guy who I know has contributed on some level, it means a lot more.
Right. Well, that's just it. The audience is a group of strangers.
Yeah.
And you find safety in that.
Yeah, you do. I mean, because there's less of a risk if you lose them than if it's somebody you care about or somebody you admire. But
you only care so much how much they're going to judge you because you don't know them.
Right.
And ultimately, they don't really know you. So in an odd way, it's a bit of a safety net.
Yeah, because you want them to laugh. The only judgment I want them to make is that I'm funny.
Yeah.
But if they walk out feeling like they need a shower, that's up to them. I'll talk about everything. I mean, I don't care how they judge me morally, as long as they laugh. Like, I don't care what they think about my life or how they feel, because I know most of them are lying anyway.
Right.
Like, you know what I mean? And they're phony. It's like, you know, like Larry Craig being this big anti-gay legislator. I love the fact that he fucking tried to suck someone's dick in the men. Like, I love when those guys go down.
Yeah.
I love it.
Hypocrites.
It's the greatest. Everybody loves to see a good hypocrite fucking burn alive, you know, and be humiliated publicly. Yeah. So I think that's the way most people are, so I don't ever feel bad exposing myself.
Let's see, when you come from a road gig and you didn't draw well in that particular town, this is one of the things about your honesty while doing O&A that I find incredible and hilarious. Yeah, it was just in so, they don't like me there. I don't know what the problem is. Oh, Philly's great. They come out, I sell out a show before I get off the plane. But I was just in wherever the fuck the town was, and you'll say,
pick any city in the country, except Philly or Boston. The other 48 states are ripe.
I started out when, although I was born in San Francisco, I was raised in San Jose. In San Jose, there were no comedy clubs, so I would go on when the music act took a break in a in a shit kicker bar, and the band would take a break, which was the only opportunity for the guys to buy girls drinks, the only opportunity for girls to meet guys and get free drinks, and then there's a fucking idiot on stage talking, like the last thing that they want to happen.
Yeah.
Strip clubs doing 4 10-minute sets a night.
Yeah.
Must have been even worse.
The Boxcar in Phillipsburg, New Jersey, you would go on at either 7, 8, 9, and 10, or 8, 9, 10, and 11, 4 10-minute sets. And the pagans would hang out there. Like, they were fucking rough dudes in that bar. And it wasn't as bad of a place as you think, because you could bring your own alcohol and hard liquor, and it was total nudity. What an abomination. The bouncers enjoyed it. You couldn't have gotten fucking a worse gig. But I think the bouncers and the boss liked it because they enjoyed the stand-up because it broke up the monotony for them.
Sure.
And you'd make like...
You're there to entertain the staff.
Oh, you'd be there Thursday, Friday, Saturday. So it was 12 sets, 12 10-minute sets, which is a total of fucking 120 minutes, 2 hours. Over 3 days. I didn't have the material. I would steal from Otto. I would steal from Bob Levy. I would steal from Jim Florentine. I stole everybody's shit. Knock, knock. Like, there was zero integrity. It was fucking money and a lap dance and hopefully, you know, try to just get something sexual happening.
Sure.
Tough gigs, but it was fun to talk to the girls. But I don't think I ever fucked a girl out of there.
But do you think there was a little bit of Hamburg for the Beatles, in the sense of you're in this horrible, horrible fucking venue, and if you can somehow pull through this and find any act or any material or any... Because when it's the worst, it seems like it's going to test your mettle the most.
Yeah, well, it's like the only reason there's not 500,000 people doing stand-up is because of those gigs.
Yeah.
So they're good. Right. Because they, you know, they weed out all non-hackers who do not pack the gear to serve, my beloved. You know, they fucking, they weed out the people who aren't meant to do it. Like, and if I say meant to do it, I mean willing to go through everything. Because there's a lot of funny guys out there.
Sure.
But there's a lot of shit you have to eat. And a lot of shit gigs, and a lot of no money, and a lot of bombing, and a lot of lousy ideas, and unfunny jokes, and just, you know, the garbage that we put up with. And if you're willing to trudge through all that, and you're still funny and you're creating, then you can get somewhere. But the guys that aren't willing to do, like I love these guys, like, dude, I gotta, my wife wants me home, or I gotta go out. Good, go fuck yourself. One more fucking head I'll step on traveling. Because if you're not willing to do it, you're not gonna get anywhere.
Yeah.
Like, the guys who are obsessed, you fucking Seinfeld. Seinfeld's worth, what, $7 billion, and he's still out doing gigs? Leno, all these other guys. Chris Rock, he's hosted the Oscars, and he still goes into the cellar and will do an hour.
Yeah.
Like, you know what I'm saying? You don't need to do stand-up. You don't need it. You're fucking doing movies for 20 years.
No, but you do need it.
But as a man, you need it.
Yeah.
But I'm saying money-wise, you could just brush it off, but you don't.
You don't know how shitty they're paying in movies.
I guess, maybe you do. It's the fucking...
I'm subsidizing my film career by doing stand-up.
But I love that you still do stand-up, because everybody would say, well, if I got, like you're doing, like, literally scenes with the biggest in films, with the biggest fucking names in Hollywood, and you're still a fucking comedian. Like, that says a lot about what comedy means to real comics.
Well, there's I don't know how many other art forms or creative opportunities there are to be on that much of a high wire act, where moment by moment there's just a shit turd waiting around the next corner.
Yeah.
No matter how well that bit has gone in the previous. I mean, all of those kind of things. A play live in front of an audience, things go wrong. You hear actors talk about that. You don't know what things go wrong mean.
Yeah.
What, a cell phone went off? Please.
Yeah.
You have no fucking clue.
I admire actors on stage, though. I think it's hard. Like, it's really...
oh God, yes.
Hard to
8
do.
shows a week already. You put a bullet in my head instantly with the same words in the same order and the.
But just to do it believably is impressive.
That's
to me.
exactly
to be able to act well.
Right.
Like, I'm like every other douche. If they just wrote a movie about me, well then, hey, asshole, anyone can. Like, for me, for you to be able to do. Little simple things are really hard. Like, to watch you and say, and I've watched you in a lot of scenes with a lot of big people, and to stand there with fucking, Tom Cruise and that, and just deliver a simple line is not easy to do. Like, I've tried those lines, and it's like, and it's fucking hideous. But to be so completely natural and comfortable, I really, really admire that, and I wish I was better at it.
Well, to be honest with you, it was finding that comfort on stage as a stand-up that allowed me to go into the room and audition after hundreds of auditions. But finding that same sort of comfort zone, like no one in this room can actually hurt me. You can help me, but you can't hurt me.
It just seems like it's fucking, there's such a risk to it especially around big name actors. Like, I've never done, I did the opening.
Well, just don't try to kiss them.
Yeah,
that's really all you have to do.
Yeah, unless the scene calls for it. Or even if the scene doesn't, I should just go like, that was me being me. I'm trying to be a legendary story, and I just get fucking kicked off the set for sticking my tongue in Sean Penn's mouth. One of my dreams was to have Ozzy introduce me.
Sure.
So Please Be Offended was shot, and Sharon, we got Ozzy to do it. And that was my goal. And we shot that in his house. And it was in his bathroom. Like, he was sitting on his toilet, and he said into camera, "Will you please welcome Jim fucking Norton?" Like, that was my dream. And Ozzy was a better actor in the scene than I was. Like, he gave a different take every time, a different cadence every time.
Wow.
And I watched myself, and I'm like, please, I really need you to do. And I'm like,
why am I trying so hard?
Dude, what am I doing? Who talks like that?
I'll be honest with you, very, very, very early on, a great character actor, J.T. Walsh, who plays me.
Oh, I fucking loved him.
Yeah, amazing. Grifters, oh fuck, a performance in Grifters.
Sling Blade. Not just because I related to his sexual preference.
But a tour de force character actor, if ever there was one. And
Yeah.
I was insanely lucky to work with him very, very early on when I had no fucking clue yet what I was doing. I took no acting classes. I just went on hundreds of auditions as a cocky stand-up and just got lucky. But he said, and I could confess to him in his trailer, I said, I don't know what I'm doing. He said, well, what you're doing is already an actual technique that exists. It's called less is more. You somehow taught yourself to throw it away. And I don't know how hard you're trying inside to make it look like you don't give a shit, but you've accomplished that. And he said, just keep focusing on less is more. And he said, there's a second half to that technique. Less is more, nothing is best. If you can actually do nothing in a scene, and I mean nothing, and catch someone's attention, well, then you fucking win. And that was 70 fucking movies ago. It's ever in my brain. Before I was doing it without thinking about it, and for the next 20 years, it's all I fucking think about. It's almost like don't let them catch you acting. Don't let them see you sweat. It's the same sort of
But now what I'm going to do is attempt to do nothing, even when there's business that's needed.
That's right. Jim, cut. Jim, I need you to pick up the pen. Yeah. When you say the line, it's important that they see the pen in your hand.
Jim, you're driving. You can't just sit there and look like you have fucking autism, idiot.
Put your hands on the wheel at least, and then look bored at the road.
Yeah, Jim, you less is more. You're missing the point. You're giving us shit.
Well, in terms of the honesty and the guys you started out with, certainly a pal of yours, who I guess started a little before you, but not too much, Louie C.K.
Yeah.
I remember when he came through San Francisco, and I was, I think, like a judge at one of the San Francisco stand-up comedy competitions, semifinals or some such non-fucking sense. Because I went through it in the end of the 70s, beginning of the 80s, and I think he came through towards the latter part of the 80s, or certainly several years after me. But anyways, I remember coming up to him afterwards and saying, "You're so fucking comfortable on stage, it's amazing. And your honesty on stage already is a little intimidating. You have this sense about you that you can say pretty much anything because the audience knows that you..." I mean, a lot of this I was just thinking. I didn't actually say to him. I probably said something like, "Why you got to work blue?"
Yeah, exactly. Why don't you dye your hair, you cunt?
But it was kind of clear from the beginning, right? But it must be, validating in a sense for someone who's given themselves over to just being honest on stage and in the act and in the writing.
Yeah, it's funny. Louie gave me a great compliment one time at the Cellar. He was watching me do something and whatever. He goes, "You're really good at explaining why you feel the way you do, like why you have the opinion you have, whatever it is." And it really made me feel great. Like I don't want to preach to people. I don't want people to think that I know I'm right, but I want them just to understand why I feel the way I do, and then they do with that whatever they want. So if you're being honest, I don't think, too many comedians get caught up in trying to be brilliant, and they try to prove the audience wrong, and it's like, hey, fucking dummy, you don't have to be right, you just have to tell the truth, and you're gonna bat 500 like the rest of us. I don't care how fucking dry and ironic you think you are, and what a genius conduit you are for brilliant universal thoughts. You're not gonna fucking hit 800, you're gonna bat 500 or less. We all do. Yeah. You know what I mean? I was wrong about certain things politically, and I'm right about certain things politically, That's it. Right. And instead of convincing everybody how smart and right I am, you just got to admit when you fucked up. It's like, and people appreciate that. Yeah. Unless you're Paula Deen, then they don't care for it. Yeah. Then your honesty fucking ruins your career.
Well, that's that beautiful hypocrisy that you love. I have a couple of things that I made note of because you kind of, as Louie C.K. suggested, articulated what it is that bothered you as opposed to just saying that bugs me and taking a stance. Being offended is a phony sense of empowerment. I thought that was fucking beautiful.
Thank you. I think it is. I mean, a thing of empowerment.
No, what you said.
Yeah.
And then you said, "My job is to express who I am and what I hate about the country and what I love about it, and what I hate about myself and what I love about myself, and to make you laugh while I'm doing it." Jesus, dude.
Yeah, I guess, that's pretty much the job description, I think. And I don't know.
And so few get to. That's why I'm making a point of it.
Yeah, you don't want to.
That's dangerous fucking ground. Not to you, but as an observer, that's dangerous fucking ground.
I just don't, because I'm bored when I'm preached to. Carlin was a rare exception of a guy who basically, the tone of what he did is almost like the gargoyle on top of the library door. Like, I'm above you, and I'm going to fucking just destroy everything that you like in here. But for some reason, he was so brilliant and so... Even when he wasn't being funny, I found him amazingly interesting. Right. And he earned that after 40 years. Yeah. Pryor was a different comedian. Pryor talked about his mother being a prostitute and sucking a dick and all this other stuff that I could relate to, except for the mother prostitute part.
That's just a fantasy, not a reality for you.
If only. Carlin could pull that off, but I'm not in a position where I can do that. And I don't want.
Well, it doesn't interest you. It isn't organic to what you're doing.
And I think it would be phony. I think people would sense that I'm not articulate enough to do what he did. Like the way Carlin did it. There's a bit he did where I loved so much. Where he was talking about his random anger, and he was attacking baby boomers. And it was such a real.
Yeah.
He said, and you're looking down the barrel of middle age, and he just took a knife and he gutted that entire mentality and movement, and he meant it.
Yeah.
And it was half funny, not really. But I listened to that, and I just wanted to fucking kiss him. I'm like, what a beautiful description of
Well,
what
you
hate.
just said an important part, I think, which is he meant it.
Yeah.
So it's the same level of honesty, like me or not, funny or not. I'm going to mean what I say, and I'm going to be articulate and most of the time funny while saying it.
Yeah.
But it doesn't matter. I'm just going to mean it.
Yeah, and people, I think, can sense when you mean it.
Right.
But
you can't fake that, boy.
No, you can't. A
lot of them try.
Oh yeah, I mean, and we all try. I think at times I'll try something, and it's hard, that's why it's hard to do material for so long, because you can't muster up the same emotion about it.
Right.
Like I can't get mad about, I talked about Tiger and all that shit in my last special, and I attacked people on the privacy issue. So I can talk about it now as a casual thing, but I could never go on stage and do that shit again and get that same emotion going, because it's not real anymore.
Right.
It's in the past. And like, Travolta I can't talk about anymore, or even the press. I attacked the press in this next special for going after comedians, but still showing pictures of like fucking Jared Loeffner and Lanza and James Holmes, and contributing to the real problem and never offering an apology or attacking each other for it. But I can't do that stuff on stage and muster up the emotion anymore, because once you say it, you're like,
yeah,
fucking I'm done with it.
Well, but these are topical things that are meaningful in a moment.
In a moment, right, in a moment. And then,
yeah. And then you recreated them, I'm sure, for a couple of different shows while they shot it with a camera.
Oh, yeah. I mean, for 10 months I did it, but then I was like, enough. I can't, I still enjoyed the act. This time I shot it and I was like, fuck, I hate to let this material go, because I was still really enjoying doing it.
Yeah.
And I'm happy with this special, and it's like everybody says that when they're promoting, you have to. You can't just come out, it's a piece of shit. You got to say like, oh, it was a lot of fun.
Anyone that knows you, I think, has a sense that you're not actually capable of that anymore. You would say, you know what, you may or may not like, you would have some qualifier. So I think you're in good hands when you honestly, as you say, every fucking thing else,
thank you,
stand behind it.
Epix wanted to do, and they've been tremendous to me, and they wanted to do a premiere for this. And I'm such a shame-filled zilch. I was like, no, the hope, not me, the hope, and...
Shame-filled zilch. Somebody write that down.
Yeah, it's a great Twitter handle.
You might...
Because he's doing that word. That buzzard.
But it was so stupid, I should have done it. Ross, the...
Yeah, knucklehead.
But it's also, they wanted to do it. It's a really weird time in August. It comes out the 23rd. A lot of the business is off. And I'm like,
who gives a shit?
I know.
Get the fuck out of the way.
I should have gotten out of the way.
Please.
But I didn't want them to spend the money on it. They're doing billboards for me. I'm like, they're doing enough. And it was embarrassment and shame. That I don't like to walk red carpets. I hate it.
Walk of shame?
I like to fucking zip right through, because I hate when I just stand there and I hear the obligatory, over here.
That sounded like a single camera.
Oh, it's a single camera, and I know they have zero interest in
Buddy,
doing
even
it.
when I'm in the fucking movie, we'll zip down the fucking thing. She won't even go anymore, but I'll zip down the thing, because I finally learned they take 5-second sound bites from 3-4 people maximum from that evening's premiere for that night on the news. And then everything else, if it's edited, will still just be 4 or 5 seconds. So I'll look down the line at my co-stars with much bigger names, the ones that are on the poster, and I'll say, yeah, those are the 4 or 5 second interviews that they're going to use later.
Right.
So I don't need to have my ego stroked in front of these 19 fucking cameras where they pretend to give a shit while they look at their iPhone and ask me these lame fucking questions.
Right.
Yeah, it's awful. But having said that, knucklehead, when it's Jim Norton's special and you're actually the guy, and you work so fucking hard at it, and the people whose job it is to pay for these things, who I don't give a shit what the number is, still aren't paying you enough, let them throw a fucking premiere.
Yeah, I probably should have, because again, I watched the special again.
If you're that proud of it.
I was happy with it. I'm like, I should have. Not that I think it's this fucking, I don't think it's, Pryor and Long Beach in '79.
It doesn't
but
matter.
I'm happy with it. Like, I like what I said in it.
Yeah.
I like how I came
And you
out.
worked hard on it.
Yeah, I did on that one.
That's the bottom line.
I loved it, yeah. So I wish I had. It was a mistake, but,
You'll get another shot.
I know, but I'll
just have
probably
to
hate
work
the next one. I really fucked up.
You just have to work for another year. I once had a heckler. It seems like you I'm not saying you relish hecklers' attempts to steal the focus at one of your shows, but rarely have I seen or heard anyone handle it so deftly. I once had a heckler come on stage from the side steps, just walk onto the stage, and he was so fucking big, I mean easily 6'6", 280, that as he approached, I waited till he was close enough and I handed him the microphone, and then jumped off the stage and got into his seat and started yelling at him.
That's great.
But it was like a fantasy. Like you would dream after six days after the gig, it would be one of those, oh, I wish I would have done this. Yeah. It was one of the few times in my life when I actually, but a lot of...
Jerk store.
Huh?
Jerk store. Jerk store's the line.
Yes.
That's what that was.
That's what that was.
Well, how did you, wait, now he walked up to be a dick just to...
Well, he was heckling. And I tried to deal with it, and he was big and drunk enough that he didn't fucking care that I had the whole audience laughing at his expense. It didn't matter to him. So finally, he got up, and I thought, oh, good, he's leaving. And the next thing I know, he's walking onto the stage from the side steps. It was a true shithole that had no security at all.
Was he menacing you?
6'6", 280. That's menacing to me.
Sure.
I'm done for.
Yeah.
And nothing good can come from that drunk man,
Yeah.
that mountain approaching me, who's boozed up. So yeah, I think it was self-preservation for sure that I handed him the mic.
There you go.
Yeah. Now
and instinctively he just took it.
He tried dummy, and like a genius, he took the mic and had zero to say and was booed off the stage in about 9 seconds.
So you sat in his chair and yelled at him, and what did he do when he walked off?
He dropped the microphone, which was too cool for him. That was actually a cool move. He didn't realize he was doing it. And then just stumbled off that, fuck you, and because then the audience hated him.
Sure.
Beautiful.
Good for you.
It was beautiful.
There's one story, I've always been afraid to do that because there's one story of some woman, I don't know who it was. She was an old, she was doing her college, and she might have been in her 30s, but for them she was old. And she was bombing miserably, and some black guy was heckling a black student. And she goes, you think you're better at it? Why don't you come up here and do it? So he walks on stage and she's talking to him, and he goes, damn, bitch, your breath stink, and what's with your yellow teeth? Looks like you got butter on them. And the fucking place went nuts.
Oh, my God.
He fucking killed her. Damn, bitch, your breath stink. Oh, how awful. As you're bombing, you get that fucking dry, I'm bombing in a college mouth. Oh, so I've never wanted to do that because if you lose big. So.
Yeah, of course.
I hate hecklers. I hate them.
Well, sure.
Because
they think they're doing you a favor.
They think they're doing you a favor. And there was one case, I was in the cellar probably 1.5 years ago, and it was right before I went to Utah, or 2 years ago. So I'm talking about that, and there's a woman and her husband.
To join the Mormons? What do you mean right before I went to Utah?
Well, I just remember the gig because it was, the Mormons, I don't have any dislike of the Mormons, but the Utah girls are very, very sexy, but they really don't give up any puss. It's really annoying. Like, they'll make you think you're going to get some puss.
Puritanical, hypocritical nonsense.
You fly them in, and they don't give you any. Trust me. No, I just wanted to be friends. Did ye?
Did ye?
So I'm going out there and I'm talking about it, and some woman's heckling a little bit, but fun. So I played with her, and I know I was annoyed, but I was playful with her. And blah, 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 back to the audience. And then she does it again. I'm like, sir, keep her quiet, please. Like, not...
Sir, you went to the husband.
Yeah, but not even being a dick. And then a minute later, I'm like, what's going on here? And he goes, well, you're just not funny. And I'm immediately like, you fucking cocksucker. Like, I fucking was nice to you fucking broad, stupid, and you want to try to... So I unloaded.
Yeah.
And I was brutal. And they were fucking... And the crowd went nuts.
Of course.
And they got up, and he walked out. I think he had a hat on. Whatever I said about his... I have it on video. And I attacked him horribly. And then she stood there, like, wanting to say something. And she was just so humiliated. I brutalized her all the way out, told her she wanted to fuck me, and just crucified them. Crowd went crazy. There's a reporter from the New York Post in the audience, and this dummy saw it differently. She thought I was out of line. And another friend of mine worked for the Post and said she's going to go after you in the paper. So she arranged for us two to email, and the girl emailed me, and in fairness to the girl...
By the girl, you mean the journalist?
The journalist, yes, the journalist. She did use my quote, so you could tell she didn't like what I did, but she did quote me accurately, so it didn't look bad. So I appreciated that.
Fuck yes.
And the only reason I did not release the video was because I was so angry in the moment, and I said something, because he's had a bad sweater on, and I said something about, nice sweater, faggot, I hope you get AIDS. But I realized that in that moment there was no connection between the word faggot and AIDS. It wasn't said for. But I'm like, that's all I need to post that and have someone go, look what he said. Look what he said. But I wanted to post it just to show them the fucking mammoth laugh and the cheer that it got when they left. Like, this is the story she printed, and this is what happened.
Right.
This is how much they were fucking hated. So sometimes you'll deal with a heckler and people in the audience just don't see it that way. It's,
Right.
They just don't, maybe because they don't see the face. Like, we see the eyes, and you know the eyes, you have to make the judgment. And if it's a guy going, come on, you see it. But if it's a guy going, what do you do? You see that fucking office worker face, that fucking my suit tie is loosened face, and you want to just cut his throat. And you're like, I don't care if I bomb, I'm going to ruin your night. And you and that fucking bitch are going to walk out miserable. And you're going to drive home fucking staring straight ahead.
What was his problem?
Yeah, fuck that guy. You're not a cunt, honey. You're not a cunt at all.
Now, do you know, when you attempt to do Opie justice with the Twitter voice and face, more importantly, do you realize it looks a little bit like as if Satan had his own Muppet?
Yeah, I realize it's awful, but that's how it looks on Opie, because Opie's a complete ginger, and his face gets really red when he does it, so it's fucking, and his neck does that. Like, that's the part of Opie I can do well with the Twitter voice, is the fucking head. And thank you, yeah, it really is great. Its fucking mouth gets all twisted. And I'll show you the Twitter picture that somebody sent and said, this is the Twitter voice of the hater.
Oh yeah,
of the troll. And
that's fucking hilarious.
I love Twitter. You know, so many people hate it, and so many people think I hate the anonymity people languish in. They're cowards.
Yeah.
But I do realize that you and I are in jobs where we can say what we want and get away with it. It's hard if you're a cop to go out and say, I hate the police commissioner. There's a reality there. And that's not a cop being a troll. That's a cop just saying, like, I don't think the police commissioners, I feel like this administration is corrupt. It's really hard for a police officer or a fireman to use his real name saying that. There's a difference between a guy making genuine statements like that under a fake name and a guy going on someone's page and going, like, hey, your wife's a whore. Like, there's a difference between genuinely protecting yourself and just being a coward little bitch who wants to just shit talk and not suffer consequences.
Yeah. And the good news is the only people I think, or have convinced myself, the only people paying attention to those cowards are cowards themselves.
Yes.
And they can't affect me in any way.
And us as performers, we notice them and it bothers us. You know, not as much as it would in the room, but even though I'm looking at a little, you know, Dana White, I said one time, because he's got like 2 million followers, and I was watching an argument he had with a guy whose fucking Twitter picture was the egg, and he had 4 followers. And I'm like, you fucking idiot, you're arguing with a guy with 4 followers. But it's like I love Dana because it was so funny that he was so irritated with this fucking asshole who had 4 followers. I'm like, you have 2 million people, and you're annoyed at a guy with 4 followers just shit-talking you. Like, you know what I mean? You fucked strike force or whatever the dickhead said. It's just some shit that the guy said.
It's funny how you stumble across a enjoyable aspect of Twitter, and then it feels like a revelation. Then instantly, how quickly it becomes pedestrian. For example, you realize, oh, when someone's being a troll and an asshole, all I need to do is just retweet it, and with no comment, and then everyone who follows me will go after that piece of shit and say, you're a piece of shit, you're an asshole, fuck you. And I never had to do anything. In fact, it almost looked magnanimous when I RT'd this fucking idiot and quoted him verbatim. And he's got 4 followers. And then within 9 minutes, that act feels pedestrian. Like it's a Twitter 101.
Yeah, but it's a good one.
Like the 9th time I did it, I was like, I'm doing this again?
You know what? You may know it.
Right.
But it's like the guy in the club. Do I come to your job and knock the cocks out of your mouth? Boy, the crowd goes fucking bananas.
Yes.
It humiliates them.
Right.
So I think the person, when they're using a real name or an account, if someone criticizes me on Twitter, that's fair. And I've gotten fair criticism, but when people are being twats, I love it. Like there was one blogger who I went after because I didn't like what she said about a particular comedian. I didn't like what she was wrong. I thought she was wrong, and so I bashed her. And I mocked her, and I said she looked like an ostrich, and I just made fun of her. But then, she plays victim, like, all your followers are hassling me. And it's like, what, you want to go on blog and attack a comedian and say what you want, so that someone goes after you. I'm not encouraging people to physically attack you. I just made fun of you. I didn't say that you're incompetent. I didn't say you're a whore or a tax cheat. I just made fun of you.
Right.
And I'm allowed to do that. You're a public figure.
Right.
You're publicly speaking. And if I tweet you and my Twitter followers attack you, hey, tough shit.
That's right.
Block them. You have a block button, and I use it all the time because
Me
I don't.
too.
Isn't it wonderful?
Yeah.
I don't want to restrict your right to say what you don't want, but I love the fact that you know I can't hear it.
Right.
That's a great thing. But I don't ever feel cyberbullied, ever, because
No.
I have a block button.
Yeah, fuck yeah. And what's with, oh God, I mean, that, I'm correcting myself as I'm about to say it because it seems pedestrian now, but it almost seems like the moment I tweet something, I get 9 spam tweets of, wait till you see these photos, they're hilarious. It's just a strictly spam written tweet.
Yeah, you just got.
And I block spam those instantly.
Oh, immediately, yeah. It just happens. I mean, there's no way to.
But then I
avoid
don't
that.
know if that means some innocent follower got hacked, their account got hacked, and sends out all these.
Oh, maybe, sure. It could
And then I
happen
feel
that
bad
way.
about block spamming someone who was actually just an innocent.
Oh, I love it. I love it. Let them learn to get a better password. 1, 2, 3, 4 is not a good password on Twitter.
Don't.
Yeah, that's how they learn. Let him learn the error of his ways. You see Clockwork Orange? Love
Yeah,
that.
please.
Joe, his fucking big sweater, eating toast. Fucking Alex is trying not to vomit. Heard about you. It's great.
You love that film. I actually
That's
read that in your dossier.
I just sat in a chair. I went to a furniture store as we were shopping, and I sat in a big egg chair.
Oh.
And I want to buy one because it looks like the one the woman was sitting in before they broke into her house
Yeah.
and fucking beat her to Singing in the Rain.
Yeah.
I heard Gene Kelly, we interviewed Malcolm McDowell, and he said Gene Kelly was really cunty about the fact that he sang that. It's like, you fucking dick. You know, what, you want to prance around with your little umbrella and you're mad that McDowell made it into a masterpiece? Whose version do you like better? You know, boo, snore, or fucking Malcolm McDowell, and I'm ready for love. Holy shit. The timing of that song, let the stormy cat, and he tears the tape off, and he wraps it around her fucking head. And Ready for Love was the best time because he slapped her, and then Dumb Dim just keeps going, ready for love, and he's moved on to another verse, and the sun's in my heart, need ready for love. And Gene Kelly didn't appreciate that? Like,
Yeah.
what an asshole.
Yeah, well, what an asshole, and yet wildly predictable that Gene Kelly might not have cared for that.
Yeah, I guess why? Well, yeah, I suppose if I was Gene Kelly, I would have snubbed Malcolm McDowell at a party too. If I had a delightful family song and someone turned it into a fucking rape scene hit.
It's difficult as a comedian to ever walk a mile in anyone else's fucking shoes.
It really is.
When there's a joke to be had.
Absolutely.
Come the fuck on. What was the origin of Chippa? I don't know that we know this.
I've been doing it for so many years to annoy.
Do you even know?
No.
How it
I
started?
know girlfriends hated it.
You did it in life before you did it on the show?
Oh, many times. Oh, God, yeah. It was everything. All those characters were in life before they were.
Even Edgar?
Oh, especially Edgar. Yeah. The
Who did you do
Mellencamp's.
Edgar to?
My ex-girlfriend. She hated Edgar.
Why?
And Eugene. Because he would just touch her. Like, you see my nail is long? I leave it long to touch people as Edgar. Like, it's a violating shit touch, and people hate it.
When you say...
Yeah, shut up. You're a woman of lower stock. And I just touch. And they fucking, my ex-girlfriend would fucking, literally, I would do Eugene, who I don't do anymore.
Why?
Honestly, it was, my ex-girlfriend caught me talking dirty to another girl. And I had chatted with another girl, who I actually never hooked up with. But I was going to save it and jerk off to the chat, but then I printed it by accident, and she found it in the printer.
Printed it by accident?
Yeah, I hit print, and so she found this chat in, and she woke me up on a Saturday morning. I knew she was mad, because she's like, Jim, get up. And I'm like, oh boy. So she hated Eugene so much that I retired Eugene as a fucking penance to that. I said, I'll never do Eugene again, like to myself.
Sure.
But Eugene was Edgar with a southern accent. And he'd always go like, you woman of lower stock. And I would do that, and she would be so mad that she would dig her nails into my face. And it wasn't ironic. She literally hated it.
Right.
And that was the joy in it.
Sure.
Chip was just great because we would be in a cab or in a restaurant, and she would say like, all right, I'll have the filet, and then Chip would go, how much is that? Like to the fucking waiter. Is that expensive? Like she'd be like, people think I fuck this guy. Like, you understand? People think I fuck you. But she was great with it because she got it and she understood all the characters. There's been most of them I've never done on the air. I've done Chip, I've done Edgar, I've done
Ace Sherbert.
That was just a name, I think. The wrestler Ace Sherbert, was that a character?
Yeah. Boardroom Jimmy.
Yeah, that became Ted Sheckler. Boardroom Jimmy was only a couple times. That was the only one I never did in my personal life. Because Ted Sheckler was over the top, but it hurts my throat.
I won't ask you to do it.
I don't do it in person. Yeah.
Marmalade Sally?
That was just a great name, which I was reminded by Paul Bond, a comedian. I had done a long story when I was overtired.
Sure.
And I came up with this whole thing about a detective and hunting down a murderer, and I said the name was Marmalade Sally, because I just love marmalade. It's such a cock food. It's shit. Marmalade sucks, and I love talking about it. It's such a dog shit fucking treat.
I just put it on my toast for you.
Yeah, there's always something funny to me about somebody rubbing marmalade into somebody else's skin, or take a bath and then rub marmalade into somebody. It's such a fucking creepy thing to do.
Smooth Jazzy Jim.
I vaguely remember that. I haven't done that in a long time.
Steve from Yellowstone.
That was Ramon, which I used in a tribute to Steve, who's now passed away. He died. But that was a fun one to Ramon people with.
Yeah, one of my favorites is Worst Example, Jimmy, because that's one of those things where you're just sort of correcting yourself.
Oh, yeah, a guy who gives a bad example. Yeah.
Yeah. And then last, but clearly the huge fave, Jerry.
Oh, Jerry Shepardini. Jerry Shepardini was never a character. It was only that. It got stuck in my head, and I'd walk around in the house pouring coffee just singing, "It's Jerry Shepardini." He didn't exist. He was attached to no one. There was no context for it.
The name just came out of the blue?
It hit me like a fucking sledgehammer, and I couldn't shake it. And I knew Bob Kelly became so obsessed with it. Like, he would literally... I caught him one time in his house. He bent down to tie his shoe, and he went, "Jerry Shepardini, fuck!" And it ruins your life. And that one, Bill Tetley was never a person. It was just a song, a thing that got into my head. D.E. Tilly, why Bill Tetley? And I knew, and fucking Anthony, I knew it was going to become addicting because Anthony texted me. Or I saw him the next Monday, and he goes, "All fucking weekend, I'm just walking around to why Bill Tetley," and I'm like, I knew. And then the flood of tweets came in, "Cocksucker, the fucking song." So it makes me. There was a new one I got Anthony on. I don't remember what it was, but there was another one I got him with recently. Like, I love getting shit stuck in people's heads. It's just satisfying.
To know that you're there.
Yeah, just to know that maybe that's what it is. Yeah. And what did my ex tell me that the characters were? She said they're very penetrating. They're penetrating and they get through, and you think about them because there's something about them. It's a visceral reaction, whether it's good or bad.
Potentially more impactful than you.
Much more, and more interesting, and usually funnier. Usually,
well, that is a weird thing. Like when I do an impersonation of Albert Brooks, I think funny faster and funnier. My funny ideas come out faster, and they're much more funny than in my own thoughts and voice.
Isn't it weird?
When I'm doing him.
I wonder if it's because you're freeing it up, or is it because there's a freedom because you know it's not you, so it's okay to think it. So I don't understand what that is.
I think you get into a different rhythm.
Maybe, yeah.
That becomes silly and enjoyable for you, like a toy.
Like Uncle Paul is my favorite one to do because he's just the most. He's a repulsive guy, and I enjoy him tremendously.
Has Uncle Paul done time? Do you think?
Yeah, there's been a few misunderstandings. You know, he was estranged from his wife and his daughters, of course. But I just love doing Uncle Paul because it's the voice and everything is so detached, and he's just a piece of fucking garbage.
And if he somehow got the gig as a department store Santa,
or as anything else, you know, at one time at Wegmans, you know what I mean? We did a thing that was about Wegmans. They had a daycare. And I don't enjoy my own stuff and laugh at it, but if I listen to a replay and I forget that he's come up, and like Oprah Ant will go, "Well, there was a department store, Wegmans, that had a daycare," and I'll just hear, "Yay!" And I'm like, I'm so happy. Like, even just to hear that, because then I know that that's a child molester joke. And I never feel bad about them, because again, there's some actors play them in serious roles. So I'm allowed to cartoon one. And all these fucking hipsters bought John Wayne Gacy's paintings, and they idolize him, and people think that he's so interesting, the dark clown. And he raped and murdered children and young men, and he buried them in his house. And yet people bought his paintings because it was ironic or dark. So I don't feel bad making a child molester funny, because, you know, hey, nobody feels bad making money on advertising when they interviewed John Wayne Gacy.
Right.
Or this whole fucking myth that Ted Bundy was this anti-hero gentleman killer when his last victim was a 12-year-old that he raped and he strangled her in the mud. Like, you know, I know a lot about serial killers, and I've developed such a visceral disdain for them. Like I said, visceral again. I don't know why I think that makes me sound smarter. It doesn't. It's just the overuse of a word makes me sound like a
You didn't
fucking
just bust
jerk-off.
yourself in the middle of a sentence.
I did, actually, but I caught myself because I know they're going to catch it. Visceral twice. Nice word, dick. I'm probably saying it wrong. So many times I want to use big words. Like, you know how humiliating it was to do Fitzsimmons' podcast and think I was really smart when I said transient, and he later said the word as transitory? And I'm like, oh, you're right, it is that word. Well, I wish you would have corrected me, but I'm happy someone told me.
Right.
I've been saying transient since 1996, thinking I'm brilliant. Fucking dope. That's a truly uneducated man.
I think everyone catches themselves. It's the same thing as saying the wrong lyric in a song for many, many years, and somebody says, yeah, that's not the lyric. That's not how it actually goes.
I've been doing that for... Ozzy had a great one. He said that he used to think about Jimmy. He was talking about paranoid and how people would say, because they thought that Ozzy, of course, was responsible for suicides, and they say, well, in paranoid, you say, I tell you to end your life. I wish it, but of course he doesn't. He says, I tell you to enjoy life. And he said that he always thought that in Jimi Hendrix' Purple Haze, he said, excuse me while I kiss this guy, instead of kiss the sky. Yeah, so we've all had those.
Sure.
And there's nothing worse than when you say that and I completely stop the show with 2 examples that no one cares about. And I don't even do, maybe I could have just talked about myself.
You guys have taken the show on the road many times.
Yes.
A couple of weeks ago, in fact, in Montreal.
One of the best road shows ever. We loved it up there.
We listened to all the stuff from Montreal and thought it was amazing.
Thank you.
Especially the Bob Kelly, and then he got to come back and the next day or something and talk about what the fuck is your guys' problem.
We love Bobby so much.
Kidding?
Bobby is one of the funniest people I've ever known. And you never tell your friends that. Like Bonnie is doing a documentary on horrible Rich Voss, and it's like, you know, Voss is our friend and we fuck with him, but you have to talk about Rich, and I realize how it's like I know he's funny because I've known him my whole career. But it's like you never realize until you talk about these guys how funny your friends are. Like, you know, I know Bobby's funny. Bobby makes me laugh harder than almost anybody. But it's like you never actually say, Bob Kelly is a funny fucking cocksucker. Bob Kelly is really... Like, you don't say that because, you know, whenever people say who's the greatest comic, you know, Colin Quinn, I think, is the best guy working. He's the answer I give because I really do think that. But who makes you laugh hardest? And like, I see Bob Kelly all the time, and Bob Kelly is fucking vicious.
Drops you.
He is a vicious, and then you can't get him with an elephant joke. What, dude? Because I'm fat. You're like, all right, good. Thanks for taking that off the table. But he really is a brutally funny guy.
Yeah.
So it's like. We're at a point now where we love Bobby so much we're worried about him. We're like, dude, just please take care of it. Because we love teasing you, but, you know, he just had a beautiful kid. And it's like, you know, you want to see your friends stick around for the next fucking whatever.
Have a salad.
Yeah, relax. And he knows it, though. It's like, I can't tell Bob anything he doesn't know.
Right.
But Patrice dying scared us, man, because it's like, Geraldo you see coming. You know, he's in our age group, but he's doing drugs. Patrice, it's like a stroke, man. It's like when a guy's in your fucking age group and he drops dead at 41, you're like, oh, fuck, man.
Yeah.
It's like this is not just something your father talked about or your mom's friend or your grandmother's whatever. This is a guy you know who's younger than you.
Well, I know you've talked a lot about what he meant to you, personally, not just what he meant to the show. But I had one question I didn't see in the dossier that I hope you don't mind.
Not at all.
Which is once... the same way that one of the rules of comedy is tragedy plus time equals funny, which is why we're all saying too soon and getting laughs off that.
Right.
Once the time, enough time passes where you stop just being angry at the universe for taking out him and then fill in the blank, Carrot Top, whoever still exists. Is there a moment, because it doesn't show itself naturally, but is there a moment inside where you actually appreciate just life? because someone that important to you
Oh, God, yeah.
no longer gets it.
Oh, my God, yeah. It's like, you know, you just value, it sounds so corny.
It does. That's why I'm asking. It's very trite.
But it really is the
Yeah.
truth. Like, you do appreciate it. Like, you know, I'll be hopefully in my 70s, and I'll have had 30 years on him. Like, fuck, man, I'm lucky.
Yeah.
And it's like, you know, I heard a woman, you know, I'm sober for a long time, and there was a sober woman who said, I used to always say, God, why me? God, why me? And then I'm like, oh, now I say, why me? Like, why have I been so fucking lucky to have what I have? So, yeah, you do get that moment, like, why have I gotten almost everything I wanted? Within reason. I'm living a dream. And again, how many people walk up to you and say, I'm fucking dude, I always wanted to try it, but
Yeah.
And I'm like, oh my fucking God, I did it. I tried it, and I'm a success at it. And by a success, I mean, you know, I look at Kevin Hart, and you know, that's a success, 2 garden show. But I mean, I'm making my living, and I say whatever I want to say. Like, I love my life in that sense, and I'm so fucking lucky. So yeah, people dying makes you grateful for what you have, because I will see a lot of things.
It's just so easy to take for granted.
It's really easy to take for granted.
The easiest thing to take for granted.
And it depresses me, of course, because he was so funny, and it's like, but I
just miss your friend.
I miss my friend,
Right.
and I feel very grateful that I had the relationship with him that I did. There's nothing I regretted. There's nothing I ever said or didn't say that went unsaid. He knew I loved him, and I knew he loved me, and he respected me. Like, I know that, and we spend enough time together where, like Bob Kelly or anybody else,
Right.
or Colin or any of these guys, I don't want them to die, but I mean, my relationship is. Yeah, there's a couple of them I would, you know, not that I would want them to die, but I would tweet before I called 911. But you know, you fucking. My relationship was full circle and complete.
Yeah.
We traveled together. We got fucking whores together. We laughed. We fucking argued about race. We argued about the police and about politics. And we shared some of the biggest laughs of my life. And for legitimately,
Right.
the type of like sickening laughs. And when you made a guy like that laugh, when you saw Patrice really laugh, man, you felt funny. And he didn't give that up
Right.
unless he felt it.
Right.
He was too brutal and is he being too loud out there? My magic, I can hear him in here. No?
Is that in fact him?
Oh, I don't know.
Do you know his voice well enough?
Yes.
Whoever's out there speaking loudly to the crew, ask them to shut the fuck up.
Thank you.
And
Yeah, I just didn't know if it was bleeding through.
No, it's fine.
Okay.
Yeah, I mean, I think it's funny that we took a moment to acknowledge that we're both perturbed by that.
Oh, yeah.
Whoever that is.
Yes.
I'm sure they're a very lovely person.
Yeah, they
with
are.
a loud voice.
Exactly. Fucking talking like Marley Maitland. Hey, fucking.
Speaking about people sort of coming up with truisms, starting your own show in December for Sirius, basically a call-in advice show. It's pretty extraordinary what callers are getting out of it. My question is, are you getting enough out of it?
Yeah, I wanted more money. And
that's not what I mean.
No, but I mean what happened. The process was Sirius said, okay, you got to do that. It's never here's more money.
Right.
So I said, I'll do the advice show. It seemed like a fun idea. And I gave out an email address. Like, just send me some shit and I'll come. Because I didn't think I was getting any real questions at all. I thought that it would be all bullshit. So I would like come up with these answers. But then all of a sudden people started calling with real questions. And I was surprised and at real questions and legitimate, like sobriety and addiction and suicidal thoughts and sexual dysfunction and addiction and overeat. So I get a lot out of it because they're honest and I love communicating like that with them. Because I can't give the advice that Dr. Drew gives. Like, I'm not as knowledgeable as he is, honestly. Like, or even Dr. Laura, who I think is a fuck. I hope she falls down an elevator shaft. But she's not a stupid woman.
I'm not sure what to make of Dr. Drew anymore, to be honest with you. There's something about that celebrity rehab that seems like exploitation to me.
You know, it's funny. I
know he believes in his heart he's helping people, and that's good.
I think that they're exploited so much with their addiction on TMZ. And in reality shows, and in the press.
Anything that helps them get sober is a great thing.
It is a great thing,
yeah.
But so many of them are exploited, like for real, that at least he's trying to get them sober.
Right.
Like, you know, you talk to Tom Sizemore, and he did the show. He raves about Dr. Drew. Like, you get a lot of guys who, like, I like him. Like guys like Stanhope hate his guts. And hey, Doug makes a good case. You know what I mean? You know, Doug really believes it. Fuck Dr. Drew. You know how Doug is when he gets fucking hyped up. But he makes he makes some good points. You know, and I go like, all right, I can see why Stanhope is saying that. Like, you know, it's, you know, it's hard to argue certain things, but I do feel that what he's doing is good in a weird way. Because there's been things he helped me with, like. He talked about sex addiction, and I believe me could do a sex addiction rehab stint, but I haven't. But he talked about a guy, there was a drummer like who was talking about sexual addiction. He was crying and talking to his father, confessing that the last time I talked to Mom, I rushed her off the phone so I could jerk off. And that's the last time we ever talked. She died. And it was such a weird admission.
Yeah.
But I'm like, that's what addiction is. It's
Any
not
addiction.
Any addiction. Is that. It's not, I got so drunk I fucking Denzel was on stage and I walked up at the Oscar. That's not what most addiction is. It's a little ugly realization and a moment like that where the last time I ever talked to my mother, I stopped it so I could jerk off. Like the ugliness of that. Yeah. To me, is what addiction should be painted as. We always think it's these big dramatic moments. Even dying, you know, most alcoholics and drug addicts that I know, yeah, we die, but you don't go out in a blaze of glory. No. You know, you run over a 10-year-old and then you go to jail. Like it's some ugly, despicable exit. And that's what scares me. No. And that is what sexual addiction is to me. It's not, I got so many whores, and I'll joke about it. I don't mind the trannies, I'll talk about all of it. It's the way it has distanced me from family, or the way it's distanced me from girlfriends. Like I've fucked up some good ones, and it's ugly and it's selfish, and it's like you're behind glass. And I don't mean that in a melodramatic way. It just literally, I hear people, but I don't. And I connect, but I don't. Like you hear like people are talking, like you hear them, but they're not important to you. It's this drug drip.
Well, that's the thing that sort of interests me in the inner workings of a true addict, was that at 17 or 18, you were able to get sober, which is an age when no one gets sober.
Yeah.
Without, according to the dossier anyways, it seemed to be without one life-shattering, your life is over, you're going to jail, you killed someone, somebody died, like you were just describing. Somehow at 17 or 18, even though clearly you were having a rough go of it, having dropped out your senior year in high school and all these other things that can't find in the dossier. But at that age, and the stick-to-itiveness throughout your current life, and yet you talk openly and make jokes like, I could use the rehab, it's not going to happen.
Oh, for sexual stuff, yeah. Well, you know, I got lucky. My dad's sober, so I always knew what programs of recovery were, and I was aware of it. And I knew early on that I was extraordinarily addicted to sex from like childhood. The sexual feeling, chasing that drug feeling. And I know people go, oh, you're 18, every 18-year-old's fucked up. Sure, but I mean, I was a cutter. My ex-girlfriend, who I dated recently, very funny, and she goes, you were a fucking emo lesbian when you were a teenager. And she was right. I was a melodramatic cutter. But I was damaging myself. And I remember walking down the street one time holding a butcher knife, just hoping the police shot me. Like, it was psychotic thinking. And I knew that I was too suicidal. I wasn't going to live to be old and gray. I wouldn't have happened. So I got very lucky that I got sober at a young age. I just got very fortunate that it stuck, and I hooked up with good people, and I listened to them. You know what I mean? That was, but I had wound up in rehab. I wound up in the emergency room. I did the wrist slicing, and honestly, it was all notice me bullshit.
Sure.
Teenage fucking fruity suburban angst. But again, that stuff does go awry sometimes, and you wind up fucking dead. Like, how about the dummies that shot themselves in the head with shotguns, and they live? Oh, is there anything that makes you not want to shoot yourself? If your life didn't suck before, and you're just a fucking eye on a forehead. I don't like Judas Priest. Oh, you fucking asshole. You missed. So, I mean, there are things that go wrong with, you know.
A blender.
A blender, yeah. There are things that go wrong. And I got very, very lucky. But people who tell me, well, you just, you weren't a real alcoholic, and you just think you're... it's cute that they say that, but I understand what my life is and was, and I understand what I did sexually before I was age 18 and before I was age 15 or 10 even. Like, it wasn't normal behavior. And I understand normal behavior. People play doctor.
But now you're celebrating having not so-called normal behavior. You're open about it, you're joking about it, and you're also living it for real.
Yeah, and in a way it's celebrating it, it's owning it, and it's, you know...
It is owning it.
But it's also a way to continue doing it. It's an excuse to keep doing it because...
But wait a second. If you're not going to judge yourself harshly for feeling a certain way and acting upon it, there is no allowing yourself to continue. You're enjoying it.
I am.
And isn't the rule if you're not hurting anyone else?
But I am. I'm hurting people because of, like, every time I get into a relationship, I lie. Or all these things I lie about in the sense that I'm honest as a comedian.
Right.
And as a person. But as a boyfriend, I'm a liar. Because I lie about my ability to, and not even just be faithful, or even when I can be faithful, the fact that I won't sexually intrigue with somebody in text, or I rob you of moments just by fucking, I rush home to masturbate or to look at porn or to fucking, like, just do, it's constantly robbing other people of real presence and real moments. And I know what it is and I keep doing it. And it's funny, and I don't mind talking about it, and I don't feel victimized by it at all. It's my own decision. I'm fucking 45. But I know that it's a sickeningly self-destructive thing, and I'm wasting time. And I'm not, I have an interview show that I want to do, and I have a scripted show that I've written that I actually think is funny. I genuinely believe in it. And I pitched it a little bit, but I haven't taken that step because I just languish in this fucking fog. Like, yeah, you know, I would love to do that, but look, a meaty vagina site. You know, fucking, like, fucking chimp, just like, I'm like multiple MIGs.
But the truth is that you already know the answer.
Yes.
Which is 1/10 of the time devoted to that nonsense, which at some point it is, as opposed to fulfilling a dream of doing a scripted show that you actually find funny.
Yeah, or I sleep better when I don't do it. When I lay off jerking off and porn for real, I sleep better.
So what stands between you and the rehab, since you know
I could do it probably without a rehab
pretty
if I went to meetings. I mean, if, you know, I need to do something. The lack of willingness. I'm just like you said, it is fun. It does feel good.
Right.
And it's been there for so many years. And
but it's not going anywhere. It'll be there for you.
Oh, I know. You're right. I mean, I know that intellectually, it's correct. It will be there.
Yeah. But you're right, though. There's nothing intellectual about it that fucking matters. It's an emotional overdrive, and yeah. And if it is addictive behavior, then clearly it's beyond a fucking conversation. There's real hard work to be done.
Can I tell you too, though, when you lay off it for 2 weeks, oh, the first fucking massage fucking load that gets yanked out. Oh, holy mackerel. It's fucking, it was like your fucking balls ache. It's such a good one. It doesn't even shoot. It's just your dick was like fucking finally. It's a cottage cheese vomit. It's despicable. Sorry to say that.
No, that's the soundbite that we're going to run with.
I apologize.
Are you kidding? I'm glad that we got there from how amazing it is to listen to you help people when they call in, because what happens is they're a fan, they think you're funny, but also they know that you've been open about your own struggles, as you've just seen light of. So when you're able to relate to them and actually just give them your opinion about what they should do, some of these times I'm listening, I'm thinking, that's like an expert, open, honest thing that Dr. Drew would say. So without the fucking medical shingle, you're able to just get to the core of it, which is, yeah, I know it's hard and I know you fucked up, but guess what? That's why it's called day one.
Right.
So you got another day one. You
right.
still have the rest of it. Just listening to you talk about the things that you believe in and not just using little euphemisms to help
right.
them get through the next minute is pretty fucking spectacular. So A, are you going to continue to do it? And B, why the fuck not?
Absolutely, I love it. I mean, I really do. I want to do it longer,
yeah,
or more often. I mean, Sam does an amazing job. We shit on Sam, but he does a great job on the after show. Like, that's a very needed part of our channel.
Yeah, let's not talk about Sam.
Yeah, I mean, you know, he really is a good fucking androgynous fucking biracial creep with big feet. What are you, duck-footed fucking cockhead? He has feet like Mad Magazine. Remember the feet would bend like that in Mad? Sam's feet. I really do want to I want to lop his feet off. He's actually coming to LA tonight with his really hot wife.
Really?
Yeah. So but he does a great job at the after show. So it's like, you know, he's got that for 4 days, and I have my advice show. I'm going to keep doing it because it feels. I love doing it. Like, I really love that they call in, and I don't pretend to know things I don't know.
You say that all the time.
You have to, I think, because I heard a 12-step speaker once say, knowledge is experiential. I don't even know if experiential is a word, but he was right. I truly know something when I've lived it, or I felt it, and if I'm speculating, I'll tell you I'm speculating. You know, I don't have kids, but here's what I think. Because it's the right thing to do. Everyone wants to be a fucking expert. You know what you need to do? That's what every douchebag pundit does.
God,
and they're fucking hateable.
Stand it.
Conservative, liberal, libertarian, they're all killable. Because they're so fucking boring, and they have to be right, and they're married to being right instead of being honest.
Stating opinion as fact is one of the worst human traits available.
Yeah, it's terrible that they do it.
Yeah.
It's terrible.
Sirius must want you to do it more.
I think so. Like Steve Blatter, who we tease, you know, he does this a lot. You know, he makes that weird face. It's never. But Steve has been a big supporter, and he is the guy who really kind of pushed me to do it. And you know, Gary, the radio wizard, who we tease a lot, you know, those guys kind of got me to do it, and I'm really grateful that I did, and they were right.
I would encourage you to do it a bunch more.
I would love to. You know what I mean? And if this whole cake stomping thing, so funny how shit 7 years later.
I know.
Silliness.
Oh, fucking assholes.
You know, and again, he should be fired. He's not getting fired, and neither are we. We're staying there for a long fucking time.
Here's a wildly self-obsessed question.
Sure.
Is it wrong of me to obsess about how I became the asshole for sending Opie the gift from Tiffany, even though it was a joke to send it, and then I got shit for sending a cheap $280 joke gift?
I'll give you the answer. It's because the three of us at the show, we're literal idiots. We're just idiots.
You know, I mean, I was listening when Sam said to Anthony, well, you know, Kevin Pollak's probably going to have to send a gift now. Oh, he sent it to Opie, I guess.
Yeah.
Anthony wasn't there. Kevin Pollak's will probably have to send a gift now because they were guessing who sent it before you realized that it was Paul Anka. I mean, I was loving the fuck out of it. I loved the follow-up. And then at one point it got to, someone said, yeah, fuck Kevin Pollak for sending this stupid, cheap gift. And I went, wait a second, how did we get there?
It's with love.
Of course. Listen, I'm honored beyond belief anytime my name goes up. I don't give a shit what the context is.
We love the fact that you listen. It's funny, like, you know, as a guy, for real, like, you know, you've been watching a guy for fucking 20 years. And all of a sudden, like when you'll call in and you'll slobbo, I'm like, oh my God, he really listens. Like, he really knows the show. It's so foreign and weird because we're a very low self-esteem, justifiably low self-esteem show.
Right.
We never think that people will know who we are. We never think...
Which is good. It's healthy, actually.
Maybe, like, Howard expects to be recognized, and he is. We never expect... Like, Tarantino walked in, he's like, hey, Jim. I'm like, well, they must have prepped you well. But we'd already had him on, and he had just been watching Monster Rain, apparently. But I think I'm always shocked. And I love when an actor will recognize me.
Sure.
Just because I get more TV than those guys do, because, you know, they could, but they're just like, yeah, fuck it. And they make a lot more than I do, so they have to tap dance less. And I love when an actor will recognize me and not them, and they say it like, we hate when you guys recognize. It's just a fun dynamic that we all have, and we're a low self-esteem show, and I think it's funny that we throw people under the bus for doing nice things.
Right, exactly. And then I was able to step out of it and pretend I was listening to them talk about someone else, and then I realized why it was funny.
Oh, God.
That's what it was.
Of course.
Yeah, yeah.
Like, it's not...
Like, when I didn't know well enough, it's like I listened to the show, yes, but I didn't know well enough that when I got hung up on, I shouldn't call back. Yeah. Which is what I did.
But it's beautiful.
It was awful.
That's the beauty.
It was awful that I called back because I didn't know not to.
The funny part is that, like, you know, Opie...
Oh, it's hilarious for you.
Yeah.
That I'm such an asshole that I didn't realize I'd been hung up on.
But Opie will...
I literally said the words. I think my cell phone dropped out. And then I could picture you guys later going...
I don't even remember that. I don't remember that moment. Yeah. But Opie controls that stuff.
Yeah, no, of course.
And it's funny sometimes, the ability he has... And in the moment, it's cringy. Like the cake stomp or the fucking poker chips, what's that throw? Or the fucking... I can't even do it.
It happened.
It just happens.
Because we say round betting discs now. That's how much we're into not...
I was going to ask, I was going to have a question where I asked him if he encountered any California Highway Patrol.
Oh, yeah. You ever see the pants on those guys? Fucking tight.
But they're also known as...
the police officers.
No, Chip.
He'll always disappoint. Here's what you understand about Chip. There's never a fun dialogue. Chip's a cunt.
He'll
and
always disappoint.
Flop. Chip's a flop. He's not an ironic anti-hero.
No, he's not. And his ability to say the least funny thing in an attempt to be funny is what, of course, makes him endearing.
And Jonathan, my manager, will engage because it's just nonstop Chip in the car. Jonathan handles it, but then he'll be like, Chip, look at that over there. Look at it. He'll try to get me to look at the hotel, but Chip will always just look across the street and go, what's wrong with that? People are working hard. It's just like, you want to just burn him alive. He's just a dud and a flop.
Which makes him incredibly fun to do.
It's fun. It is fun to do. It's fun to just dumb stare and deadpan and know that I'm letting everyone down. It's not funny.
On
it's
purpose.
Terrible. Oh, totally.
Instead of...
What did you just say? Oh, the poke. Or his ability to do things that are cringe-inducing. Anthony and I can't do them. And it's really makes for good listening. It's an ability that we don't have. And he can do these things, and it hangs thick in the air.
It's unbelievable.
The things he can say to people.
Yeah.
I'm like, oh, I can't look at you. I can't look at the person when you listen to it later.
It's great fucking
wow,
radio. It's great fucking
worked.
radio, which is why it's the death of me to ever be on the receiving end.
No, but it's really...
I am such a fan, and I do love so very much when he... Well, here's the thing. You guys don't have an editor, and it's the best thing you have going for you. And by that, I mean an editor in your own heads. If you were self-conscious about anything you said on that show, it would be a boring piece of shit that no one would care about. And it's because you'll never stop yourself, other than you, who will stop yourself in the middle of a sentence, which we've already covered.
Absolutely. Yeah. But Opie does. It's funny. The show does love you, and that's the truth. And it's like it's weird that you know the guy now, and he's just a softie. Like I say that about Opie because people don't really know it.
Oh, for sure.
But he's a really nice guy.
Oh, for sure.
And afterwards, sometimes he'll
talking about digging the holes with the kid at the beach. Come on, what are we talking about? Even though he's complaining about it while he's talking about it, and I got to dig another fucking hole. When are these kids going to stop with the digging of the hole?
He's just a nice guy.
Yeah, that's exactly.
And he does shitty things, and he'll feel bad about it. He'll be like, "You're not too rough on you, right?" It's like he really is not the guy people think he is. Right. And I'm not saying that again for people to like. If you don't like him, don't like him. But you always know your enemy, or always know what it is you're mad at. So if you know the complete picture of something and you hate it, fair enough.
Sure.
That's why you never criticize people for going, he's not fun. Like when people would fucking attack Leno and say he's not funny. Okay, that's your opinion, that's fair. But when they're like, he fucked Conan, then I would offer an opinion, because now you're speculating on motives, and I don't think you know the whole picture.
Yeah, the idea that he fucked Conan suggests that the decision was his to be made.
Yeah.
And that's the first thing where the facts don't back up the statement.
No, it's like when you don't get a present for Christmas, do you still say Santa fucked me?
Yeah.
No.
And even in that case, you start to hear real numbers like, well, they would have to pay Jay $250 million and Conan only $50 million. So it really became down to a $200 million decision.
Yeah.
And that's it. It had nothing to do with anything else.
It was money.
Yeah.
It was money. Dollars and cents. It's all about the almighty dollar.
Yeah. Oh, God. Well, no, I read a lot about why and how you stand behind Jay, and I really do respect it a lot, because at the end of the day, it's just about two comics thinking each other are funny, and that's all I fucking care about.
Yeah.
You make each other laugh, and that's kind of fucking pure and great.
And
also, he's really supportive.
Oh,
but again, it just comes down to you make each other laugh.
And I don't dislike, and again, I'm not saying this to be like, generous. I don't dislike Conan O'Brien. I think he's funny, and I really do. I think his Twitter account is one of it might be the fucking best pure Twitter account after Colin, who's just enraged. Like I tell Colin sometimes, I know what you're doing, and I still want to smash your face. I know what you're doing, and I hate you. So like sometimes Collins is just a masterpiece. So and Letterman and all. I really do respect those guys, and it's like people think like you're pitted against Conan because you're for Jay.
Right?
Like,
no, of course, it's kind of silly. I mean, when the thing happened to Jay, happened to Conan. I love him, and I think the writers on his show are actually some of the edgiest, maybe the edgiest late-night sketch writing that's going on. Way more edgy than SNL could ever dream to be, in my opinion. So I was really fucking pissed that he finally got his dream come true and got fucked. And it was easy for me to rally behind him and initially think of Jay as the bad guy.
Sure.
But that's just a human reaction.
Yeah.
You start to step away from it and hear a few facts. And you're like, wait a second. Jay, are you fucking kidding me? First of all, they fuck Jay, and then they want to bring him back and he's supposed to go, no, what you did to Conan's a pretty dicky thing, and I should not have my dream continue. You should go back and fix his dream.
Yeah, exactly.
I mean, it's just kind of stupid and silly.
It's childish, and the bottom line is like.
And I remember, forgive me for interrupting, but just about Jay, it's almost like penance for me. I remember hearing always that Letterman was at the back of the Comedy Store when Leno was on stage, and my fucking ex-wife told me this, and would say to the other comedians back at the back of the room at the Comedy Store when Jay was on, "That's the guy to beat right there."
Really?
That's the guy.
He said recently that he thinks Letterman, and Leno was one of the funniest stand-ups, one of the all-time greats. Yeah. Maybe he says insecure, but we all are. Letterman's insecure. I am. Every performer is.
He may be the single most insecure and successful that ever lived.
I think you have to be.
Yeah.
What do you think? It's like Jay doesn't take vacations. It's like, what does that tell you? I mean, the guy's a fucking airplane hangar full of rare cars. It works.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? It pays off
right.
to not be fucking lazy and to be a little OCD and crazy and obsessive about you. It's the biggest gig in the world. Like, I'm obsessive with radio. Like, I don't miss it unless I'm doing the Leno or I'm away doing a gig and I have to.
Right.
But I never call in sick. Never. Because I don't want to miss it.
I love how much it kills you guys to even be late. Anthony, with the recent thing with the fucking told.
Oh, great is that.
Oh, fuck. But what was behind all of it was how pissed he was that it just made him late. Yeah,
what he was really pissed about is the guy fucking Harvey Keitel the side of his car. Fucking spit your gum out, Anthony. Show me how you suck a cock. Fucking love it. Fucking so great.
Yeah.
So great that he got nailed in the tunnel. That makes me laugh.
Yeah. I mean, what makes the show great is also it makes it frustrating at times as a real fan, because when you guys get a bone you want to chew on, whatever it is, you will chew the shit out of that way past its interesting point. Oh, I know. We chew it and we bury it and dig it up and let's keep chewing it. But honestly, that is why the show is great.
Sometimes. It also hurts us, I think, and because we don't have an aggressive really producer. We have Travis doing some stuff, but we don't have a designated guy.
But here's the deal. If you're going to do that and bore the shit out of me at times, what that means is you're getting to do the exact fucking show that you want to do, and you'll only be great in that scenario. That's the bottom line.
But there has to be a point where...
No, there doesn't. No, there doesn't. Honestly, don't. Fucking don't, because then there's no line anymore. And if there's a line, you're fucked.
Yeah, I mean, we don't want to have that, but there's times where we want to make a good decision, like, because we want to be entertaining too, like, to be self-indulgent. Yeah, you just don't want to. I don't want to be.
I don't know
too much.
that it's well.
Oh, I don't know.
I don't know, but see, that's not my opinions stated as fact, but that's not my definition of self-indulgent, honestly, because you guys aren't blowhards. You really do mean it, and it's getting back to that. It's getting back to that thing about Carlin. He just meant it.
Yeah, he did.
And sometimes he was fucking boring, but he fucking meant it.
Yeah.
So when Anthony goes off on the thing about Trayvon Martin or whatever the fuck it is, it doesn't matter whether I find it interesting or not. Yeah. He fucking means it. He's not preaching. He's not dragging somebody into some place they don't want to. He's just a guy on his own fucking show meaning it.
And having an intelligent discussion.
Bingo.
Anthony, I don't agree. Fuck your mother. I love when Anthony gets upset about nothing. Like, that's a big case.
Yeah.
But I think it's funny when Anthony, like, I just enjoy when he hates things irrationally, like music. Like you don't like jazz? No! And he really
Sounds
is
exactly like him.
He's not performing that, and I could see his face. He fucking hates it. And I just love that he
crooners. Not a fan of crooners.
No.
Yodi-do-do. It just makes you guys nuts.
And he can convince you that something is shitty. Like John Coltrane. I don't care for jazz.
I heard you guys going off on the jazz thing. That was beautiful.
But just that he said, Coltrane stinks. And like, nobody says that. And it's just funny that he says that.
Right, but you see, that's, again, the freedom on your show to simply mean it.
Yeah, just be dicks when we want to be dicks.
Just always fucking mean it.
It is
That's the new mantra. All right, believe it or not, you've been here 2 fucking hours.
Oh, my God.
Sorry if you had other plans.
No, not at all.
But you need to get the fuck out of here.
Thank you for having me, man. I appreciate it.
I could go down many things that I prepared, but we didn't even get too much into the sleep apnea, but you've probably talked about it so much you won't be able to sleep tonight.
Well, to answer your question, Jim, how do you do it? I take the awful, terrible things in my life, and I make... greatest, by the way, last thing, the greatest part of New York, of a fucking... of the King of Comedy is when he's just sitting there like a fucking broken twit in that chair, and he's just so completely awkwardly. What's better than De Niro making the decision to sit in that chair like that? I've never done anything visually better than him taking that jizz bucket pose in a chair. Like, oh my God, how amazing to make that that crummy pose decision was brilliant.
I was so disturbed by that film when it first came out. I couldn't even appreciate it for what I eventually did, and now insist that that's De Niro's greatest performance.
I think so too. Raging Bull's a masterpiece.
I know,
but
there's others that are fucking ridiculously amazing, but the jizz bucket pose is a fine example of why he went to a place in that film that, well, it just freaks and entertains at the same time.
And it captures comedians' mind. The greatest scene in that, I think, is when the principal's apologizing to him. Rupert, you were right and we were wrong. So we wanted to say in front of the whole country, like that's every asshole comedian's dream.
Right, exactly.
To just be right and have everyone say they were wrong about us. Yeah. Like, it was such a simplistic, beautiful, humiliating...
Jerry, I can't give you 6 weeks.
Oh.
Ma! I'm talking to Jerry! Oh, fuck.
His dickhead fantasies. Oh, you can't get his dumb elbows all pointed in. Oh, he was a masterful. I want to hold him.
Yeah.
I want to hold him.
We have a promo for Jim's special that is worth playing. All right. Let's play that, please. Ready? Go. They weren't ready.
Oh,
they put
God.
That. They put. Oh. Hope you don't mind.
That's okay.
Mom,
we'll get
Dad,
sued by
Grandma,
Epix later.
This is my boyfriend, Jim.
Jim Norton. I heard of you.
Hi.
You take good care of my little girl.
Yes, sir. I take excellent care of her. Hi.
Hi, how are you?
So nice to meet you.
So nice to meet you.
See where Jenny gets her beautiful looks from.
Thank you.
Oh, you're a delight. Hi.
I don't shake. Germs, you know. I hug.
Oh, no. Oh, no. Don't. Don't. I beg of you. A little nod. A little nod of a head. Okay, now here's the question.
So embarrassing watching myself.
See now. Oh, wait, it's not over.
No, that's all right. I fucking was between her legs. It's okay, you cut it.
Okay, now here's the
She
thing.
had great breath, by the way.
Did she?
Very nice, yeah.
Yeah. Did she know full on that the tongues were going to be in her?
Oh God, yeah, that was in the. They were all real actors, and there's a couple I wanted to shoot that they wouldn't.
Right.
We have a bunch of promos we shot with them, and they were all good, but I wanted to do one because it's American Degenerate. So I wanted to do one where I was just sitting there, and the girlfriend was laying back on me and going, you know, you'd never cheat on me, would you? And I go like, no, baby, I love you. And then when you pull back, you see I have an Afghan over me, and the father is jerking me off, but he wouldn't do it. The actor said no. I wanted her to come out with a strap on and stand there with a strap on and scold me, and she wouldn't put the strap on. There was a couple of fucking home runs I had that they said no to, but that father's
You
hand,
hired the wrong people.
but that wasn't in the script, so I couldn't fault them. But I wanted that hand going up and down in my lap while he deadpanned the camera. God, that would have been
Under
great.
the Afghan.
Yeah, just jerking
if I
me
may.
off.
The Afghan.
We should have given you the opening to the special. Like the first couple of minutes, I'm very happy with. Like not the comedy, but the opening scene, which gets me on stage.
Right.
And I want to start you. I haven't showed that to anybody yet. I want to use that and start. Promoting the special with that.
Well, what I love about that is that you're thinking, writing, and then executing your comedy, your sense of humor, aside from your stand-up. And that's clearly the next step for you. So you've got this scripted thing, and this is maybe what gets you there.
I hope so. I hope so, because it
And if
works.
you can stop jacking off.
Yeah, it's a big problem.
Well...
Yeah.
I can't think of a better way to go out. We have an annoying way that we end the show that I did not tell you about, and I'm gonna attempt to do this, and I just feel you're gonna love it. Just love it. We have all the guests play what's called the Larry King game.
Sure.
And basically, what you're doing is
prostate. Things Larry King has left on the chair.
That was very close. Okay, so it's that moment when Larry would say something about himself into camera and then go to the phones, where he would share something about himself that nobody fucking wants to know or cares about, and then he would go to the phone. And the way you do this is to think in mind that what I need is a bad Larry King impression. I don't want a good one. So it takes all the pressure off. Okay. I want a bad one because that's what makes me laugh. And then act out that moment where Larry shares something, whatever it is, you make it up, and then he goes to the phone. If the name of the city is funny sounding, of course, that's going to be better. That's it. Into your camera there when you're ready, sir.
And now, now do I say who he's talking to?
Anything you want. Anything you want.
Okay. Okay, he's talking to a woman who is the victim of a brutal rape, and he says something like, you know, one time I was playing Scrabble, and I had therapist, but I thought it was 2 words.
Oh, that's beautiful. That's all I can ask.
I wish I did a better Larry.
No, I want a bad Larry. Please, that's why it's perfect. Thank you.
Thank you very much.
Very, very much, honestly.
Thank you,
truly.
man.
Yeah.
Appreciate you having me.
We'll see you again, the special again, August 23rd. And then they continue to run it, so check their local listings. Obviously, it's not a one-off. No. It's going to play for a while.
On Epix and epixhd.com.
And then there's downloads and things, and later you get it on iTunes. What's the deal?
Someday. Yeah. Epixhd.com, you can get like a free trial, and you can watch it there for free. So just do that.
Yeah, just do that, you sons of bitches.
Yeah.
All right, and then, of course, there must be a website where people can get stand-up dates.
JimNorton.com, but I don't have any dates. I'm working on material, so hopefully they'll be up soon, but the site will go live very soon.
Yeah, well, you'll always be able to check that. And then O&A, you guys are back from vacation when, Monday?
Yes, and then we do a week, and then we're there for the week, my special premieres, and then we take the last week off.
Oh, excellent. All right. All right, that does it for now. I want to thank the fabulous Jimmy Ewing for helping out today. Jamie, without Sammy, you still got it done. We appreciate that. Out there, we've got Justin, Jason, and Josh. Oh my, Brandis helped out again today, and a new makeup artist. It was the first time, and I want to thank her very much by not remembering her name.
I don't remember it either.
You just got to own it. If I learned anything from our guest today, you just have to own it.
Fuck yeah.
It was her first. Okay.
And you cut the check, so you should really know her name.
I know. Her name, I wrote it down and put a dollar amount next to it.
Cut the check. What has he got, scissors? Fuck, don't get me started.
Please get you started. Don't stop. Where are you going from here, Chippa?
Probably to relax.
Never disappoints. I mean, always does. Until next time, and as always, get out of my face.